Jezebel's story is one of the most dramatic and instructive characters in the Bible. She was born in Sidon, a prosperous and influential Phoenician city-state, now part of modern-day Lebanon. She was the daughter of Ethbal, the king of Sidon, whose reign was deeply influenced by idolatrous traditions and culture. Sidonians were famous for maritime trade and wealth, but their religious practices contradicted the worship of Yahweh, the true God of Israel. Jezebel's early life was filled with royal splendor and privilege. As a princess of Sidon, she was accustomed to power, influence, and luxury. Her education and culture were deeply rooted in idolatry, witchcraft, and power politics. She was an intelligent and determined woman, but her faith and morality were bound by the idolatrous traditions of Sidon. The concept of Yahweh as the one true God was unfamiliar to her. Jezebel's marriage to King Ahab of Israel was a political alliance. Ahab, the seventh king of Israel, ruled the northern kingdom of Israel. The Bible, 1 Kings 16 verses 30 to 31, clearly states that Ahab did more evil than all his predecessors. By marrying Jezebel, he not only formed a political alliance, but also opened the door for idolatry in Israel. This marriage was against God's command, as Israelites were forbidden to marry idol-worshipping nations, Exodus 34 verse 16. Jezebel's entry into Israel changed the spiritual and moral direction of the country. She brought with her the idolatrous practices of Sidon and encouraged Ahab to establish Baal worship as the state religion. The Bible says, Ahab did more to provoke the Lord, the God of Israel, than all the kings of Israel who were before him. 1 Kings 16 verse 33. By Jezebel's persuasion, Ahab built a magnificent temple for Baal in Samaria and erected a massive statue there. An altar for Asherah was also made. Jezebel attempted to suppress the worship of Yahweh in Israel and impose idolatry as a national practice, leading the people of Israel astray. This marriage not only influenced Ahab, but led all of Israel onto a path of unrighteousness. Jezebel's power and influence were so strong that she controlled Ahab's decisions. She was not only a queen, but a ruler who imposed her will and beliefs on the entire nation. Thus, Jezebel's early life and marriage laid the foundation for Israel's spiritual downfall. Jezebel is portrayed in the Bible as a woman who is not only idolatrous, but also cruel and authoritarian. She conducted a systematic campaign to eradicate the worship of Yahweh in Israel. Her first step was to eliminate Yahweh's prophets. 1 Kings 18 verse 4 states that Jezebel cut off the prophets of the Lord. This was a calculated massacre aimed at silencing the voice of the true God. Jezebel provided a special place and honor to the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah in the royal court. These prophets were under her control and promoted her idolatrous practices. To suppress the voice of truth in Israel, she created an atmosphere of fear and terror. Yahweh's prophets were either killed or forced into hiding. However, God protected his prophets. Obadiah, the manager of Ahab's palace and a secret follower of Yahweh, acted courageously. He hid 100 prophets in 2 caves and provided them with bread and water. 1 Kings 18 verse 4. This act was a small but significant resistance against Jezebel's cruel regime.